Stuart, first of all, you've had a couple of weeks now in sole charge of the team. I know you were keen to note that things don't really change that much at this point, but how's it coming together with your new backroom team and obviously the squad?
I think the responsibility stays the same. I've touched on that over the last week or so, but obviously we need to find that new norm. We're speaking about it in relation to COVID. Certainly for us with the setup here, we need to find the new norm, and from my point of view, I feel as if everyone has settled into their new roles very, very well. It's been great to get out on the pitch because that's where we obviously feel at home. You would rather be in amongst football players and dealing with training sessions and preparing for games, so that aspect of it makes it feel more normal for us, and it's something that we now look to build on. But certainly a lot of positivity around about the football club, which is what we were targeting for this initial week, getting ourselves back in, feeling good about ourselves, realising we had a safe process, and hoping to kick on from there.
A lot of the fans right now be keen to obviously know about transfer activity. It's that time of year, but how has the market differed this year as to previous, obviously with the effects of COVID-19?
It is different. It is different in the sense that maybe having opportunities to speak to players in certain circumstances, different environments. It's been well documented that we're looking at other options in terms of platforms such as Transfer Room and how we can try and utilise these types of systems. And again, we always feel we have a big sale here in the area. We always feel we have a big sale in our training complex and what we have to offer as a football club and the people that we have here. And we like players to come and see that first off, and make a decision when you look into the whites of their eyes to see if it's going to be the right place for them, and for us to see whether they're going to be the right fit for our football club. But we feel as if we have found measures around that in ways where we can still do our homework and still identify the right types of players that fit in accordance with what we're looking for, and being specific of the criteria of player that we're looking for. So we feel as if we're making good progress in that. We know the areas we feel we have to strengthen, and it's been a lot of hard work over the last couple of weeks to try and ensure that happens, and I'm fairly certain, I'm fairly confident that there'll be a couple of decent announcements in the next week or so.
It's fair to say there's been a tremendous effort from a lot of staff across the club to get the players back on the pitch. The new normal is now here. Has it been harder to contend with than you would have thought it would have been, and do you feel you've negotiated it as best you can?
Listen, it's been a difficult time for absolutely everybody, and we acknowledge the fact that we are less in numbers. We've said that already. I think from me, I have to pay a huge testament to all our staff, all our backroom staff here. I don't think people see how much work they put in, and how they properly live this life every minute of the day, and making sure that everything's set in the appropriate manner for the football club, from secretary to football staff, yourself, Dale that's involved heavily in everything that we do. Stephen's changed a role. We've got so many people at the football club that have a massive hand in everything that happens here, and I can only pay a massive testament to them and the work that they've done over the last couple of weeks to get this set up, to see how it's worked so well, to see how the players have bought into it, and yes, to answer your question, I believe that we probably all thought it was going to be pretty difficult, but it's felt fairly natural for us, and what it's probably done is given us an opportunity to build into a pre-season. The last few seasons we've had sort of 3.5-4 weeks to try and get ourselves game ready. What we now have is that 7.5 weeks, and I think that the staff and us coming together as a whole has put us in a good spot to build into that, and I'm pretty sure that we'll reap the benefits going forward.
I know that flying colours is a term that you've used to describe how we've adapted as a club to returning. Would you use the same phrase for the players coming back to training if they come back in flying colours? Yeah, again, literally the last couple of years, the last 2 pre-seasons I've had as a manager, co-manager with Stephen, we've always been really surprised in how the players have reported back in a positive way, and it's been no different. I would say that maybe another layer onto that again. I think it's been indicative of how players look after themselves for an entire year. We speak about that 365 day a year athlete, and you can see that with the way the guys have come back. We don't have any weight issues, we don't have any fitness concerns. Everybody is in a place we would expect them to be just now, and probably another sort of 10 or 20% maybe beyond what the expectation was as well. So from our point of view, as a manager, as coaching staff, that's all you ever ask for. Give yourself the best chance that you've got to go and maximise your talent, and everybody here has attributes which can be an impact on the pitch for us. So physically they've come back in good shape.
there's been a concern about the mental aspect for everybody returning to work, and the implications of 3 months off of football, and I have to say it can be a touchy subject, and one that people obviously negotiate round and maybe try and steer round at times. Our guys have come back so positive, realising the opportunity that they have to play in a Premier League club, and this surrounding with the people that have helped them to get back on the pitch. And I think that from me looking at every player and speaking to every player, they seem as if they're in a good place, which is massive, and it's important that we mention that aspect as well, not just physically but mentally. We're in good shape.
Right now the SPFL are aiming for a 1st of August start date to the next Premiership campaign. Do you feel you're on the right track to be ready for that date, should that be the confirmed one?
Absolutely, yeah. I think we've had a conversation with the players today that we need to make sure that we don't max out too early. And again, as you well know, Dale, sitting here, and we've had days in between some of our training sessions, like I say, just to progressively hit small targets that we're looking for. We're working hard with the guys in the sports science department, and they're obviously looking for aspects and targets that we need to hit in those first few sessions, so that we don't expose ourselves to a higher risk injury. So we feel as if we've done a lot of that. We're now looking at these full contact football sessions, which are a goer as of Monday. So that's been an aspect that's been addressed with the players today. We've got guys that are bursting to go and want to work a little bit more and get on the pitch more often, maybe twice a day, maybe thinking about not having those rest periods and stuff like that. We just have to be cautious that, one, we don't create any injuries for ourselves that are unnecessary, and two, that we don't max out too early, and we set our sights on this at a 1st of August start and make sure that we hit the ground running when that comes.
Finally, Stuart, it's been a whirlwind few weeks for you. With the restructure, with now being sole manager, the return to training and everything that's come along with it, how have you managed to handle it on a personal level? You know what, it's fine. I keep going back to it, and it might sound that a little bit corny. I've got so many good people behind me, from everybody at home, my family, from the guys I've got surrounding me here, the people round about the football club. Everybody knows my nature round about here. I've been here long enough. Everybody knows my character, and like I say, when we're all pulling in the one direction, it has been a challenging time. It's been difficult in the sense of losing staff, losing people, players at the football club. It's always a challenging time of year. This close season period is always difficult. There's always changes, no matter whether it's COVID or a normal time of year. And I think that from my point of view, I believe you're only as good as the people that you've got around about you and the people that are supporting you. So in terms of the sleepless nights and the crazy hours that we've been working, that's been similar to what it's been in the past, but it's always with a will of wanting to do the best for the football club and making sure that you're trying to make the right decisions. So it's been reasonably comfortable for myself. Anybody that I speak to on the phone that feel as if it's a huge change, I'll still be dealing with the same pressures that we've had the last couple of years. I've thrived on it. I keep telling people I don't know every answer, but I think people around about here know me well enough that I want to evolve as a person, I want to evolve as a manager and develop certain aspects of myself, and I'll continue to work hard to do so, but I'm sure that will come in tandem with the support I get from the people around about the football club and the expertise that they have. So it's comfortable, and I'm looking forward to the challenges that come in the coming months, weeks. It's going to be exciting. Stuart,